you.
I mean, verbal abuse. I mean, all of a sudden, Edmund's rep, Steve Honig. Oh, I know Steve Honig. Oh, I didn't realize. Edmund's rep, Steve Honig, told TMZ in response to finding the request for an order of protection completely baseless. Oh, he works with Jim. And furthermore, makes an absolute mockery of the pain suffered by the millions of women in the home. Okay, so when reached by page 6, he declined to comment. Okay, so we don't know much, but you know what they say, stay tuned, right?
Stay tuned. I mean, those two, I want to see her back on TV.
You do?
I loved having her on my podcast. She was great. She's another one. She's just like as unfiltered as they come. And, she's a real, just like lightning rod. People love or hate her. And, they shit on her.
She's
so
smart.
hard.
She's very smart.
Very smart. I mean, and look, she's a connection to the president. She was married to his nephew for 3 minutes. I mean, I like her. She lives by her own rules. And, people shit all over her because she's a mother. She takes vacations without her children. She goes and, does like volunteer work and, the jungles of Peru. I mean, without her kids, and people just sit there and go, you should be home with your children. You're a fucking terrible mother. She doesn't care. I mean, I want to see her back on TV. I mean, she was the one that was investigating Vicky. I mean, she kind of stood out there when everybody else was like, all right, Vicky, wow, Brooke seems shady. I mean, she was like going to the hospital and checking up, asking if he was checked in. She's kind of.
If you think about it like that, and then we have to get to this other rumor that's now being, well, let's just get to this for a second.
Okay, yeah, move on.
Look, Rinna could stay, she could go, just to bring it full circle to Beverly Hills. But, we hear Kimora Simmons. I don't think Kimora is going to be Beverly Hills. I think Kimora would be great for New York. But rumor is that they're announcing the New York RHONY cast at BravoCon. I don't know if we ever talked about that before, but at BravoCon, I think they're going to announce, like at BravoCon, they're going to say, guess what? We have a surprise. Here's the new RHONY cast. And then everyone's going to come walking out. Not the OG, the original, the like new RHONY. But let me tell you about this. You know whose name is being thrown around if Rinna goes as a replacement?
Who?
Picture this. Picture that like we announced that Rinna's going and people say, people first celebrate. And then there's a lot of other people that are like, oh no, like, she was great. Imagine with 24 hours later, we announce her replacement, the one, the only, Miss Jenny McCarthy.
Oh my God. Okay, you would put this in the show notes. And I was like, what does he want to talk about Jenny McCarthy? I would love it. Yes.
Rinna brought Harry Hamlin. She would bring Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh my God. I want to see. And there's so much drama between Jenny and Mark Wahlberg and Mark Wahlberg's. They all don't get along, allegedly, and Donnie as well. And because, yes, Hollywood royalty, dynasty. I mean, Mark Wahlberg, huge producer, huge.
And Donnie and Jenny have a great marriage.
Oh my God, they're hot, they're sexy, they're in love, they're kind of corny. I mean, oh my God. Yes.
Right? I mean, they know Andy.
Yes.
It didn't work out for her on The View because she was too like pop culture, and she's perfect. We wouldn't be talking about Lisa Rinna. You would never hear about Rinna again. It would be all we would talk about is Jenny McCarthy's coming to Housewives. It would be so smart. I mean, look, this is just a rumor.
Jenny, I feel like could stir the pot too. Jenny is no wildflower. Like she has been through the ringer in this business. I think she could be really good. And, she caught a lot of heat. Remember when Rudy Giuliani was on The Masked Singer and she didn't walk out with Nicole Scherzinger? I mean, people like read her the riot that she was, here we go, talking politics. But, she could appeal to that side of people that, you should be able to do what you want, vote who you want. No one has the right to tell you what to do. I mean, she could be really, really.
And look, I think Jenny, I don't think she's like desperate at all, but I think she's like a hustler like Rinna, like she'll take the paycheck and she's not as serious anymore. And she's no wallflower. She's no wall. And look, she's Masked Singer. You mean to tell me she doesn't know Garcelle from The Real and the Fox family? Like she wouldn't take, I don't think she would falsely stir up drama, but I think if you came for her, she would speak up, and I think she would
And
be.
Donnie would too. I mean, can you imagine Donnie in the mix with the husbands, Mauricio?
No.
I mean,
This would just be like, you want to keep this franchise and elevate it and have people shut up over Rinna, just replace her with Jenny. I
oh
think
my
it's such a good
God.
casting.
I love. I mean, I
And
kind of
we
want it
can,
now.
right? And like we can say like Chrissy Teigen, but like Chrissy, which everyone says Teigen, but
Chrissy
really,
Teigen.
before everyone
Oh.
says no, it's actually truly Teigen, but everyone says Teigen. So, but if you really,
Oh.
but she's not going to do it. So like I'm talking about
not?
like people that she
not?
said that like she has said, now, I mean, mind you, well, I don't think she needs the money. I mean, it's John Legend money. And
Well, I got to tell you, I think she could, because I had read the last album that John Legend put out only sold in its first week 16,000 copies. I don't care who you are. They put up a lot of money for you. They put up. Now, John is, he is beloved in Hollywood, and he does have very famous friends, from Oprah. I mean, people book him all the time, but I'm just going to say, I mean, what's the last hit John Legend has had?
I don't know. I'm not into, like, I don't know any of the songs. I'm stupid when it comes to John Legend.
Okay, our listeners, I'll wait. I mean, she would be good. And I'm going to be honest, she's had some real negative things. I mean, she could really turn her career, because I guarantee she wants to be as famous as John is. She could turn her career in life. She's got her rainbow baby that she's wanted. You have that baby. She had a horrible, oh my God, stillbirth. It was so sad. But she was hated for all those tweets that insinuated pedophilia and what, I mean. And
of course she came after Courtney Stodden.
Oh my God. And Courtney Stodden's fans telling her to kill herself. I mean, and she was 32 or something. When
Courtney was on my show here. We talked about it.
I mean, look, we all make bad moves. I don't, and I've been very critical of Chrissy in the past. And now I'm trying to look at people and go, look, fucker, if it were you, you'd be doing the same shit. So, but Chrissy, I could see that happening.
Her or Jenny, but something tells me that
Jenny, I like Jenny better.
Chrissy has, me too. Chrissy has said things like, I can't do it. Like, I'm not mean like that. I agree with you. I think she would be great and put a bunch of money in, like, but I still think, like, to me, there's something about when I heard this about Jenny, I think Jenny's ripe for the picking. Like, I just think it's the right time. And both of them, both her or Chrissy, would be sloppy fucking drunks. And I mean that in like the best way possible. They would drink. They wouldn't be desperate. They're thirsty, but they would throw down when it was time. They would be great, both of them. So those are my two. I don't know. Kimora Lee to me would have been great for New York. I mean,
amazing.
She would be good for. I don't see her as much as the other two. I just don't.
And Kimora did that interview and she said, oh, I've been approached and, I'm not going to do it because I can't lie. I don't want to make things up. But I'm also going to say, Kimora has a very toxic ex, allegedly, what's his name?
Russell Simmons.
Yes. Who I believe is like currently exiled, right? Because there's, allegations against him. I got to go. I don't want to speak out of turn. There's a lot there. So for her to come on, I don't know, because she has kids with Russell. So it's like, I don't know. There's a lot there. Remember,